Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo choo to you, and all my nobodies not watching out there. Yeah, no, I just don't think this game is for me. I think that's just all there is to it. Um, like, I just don't think it's for me. I think that's all I can say, is that it's not for me. Some people enjoy this. They think it's like a fun little mindless thing, you know? Like, oh, they can just turn on a podcast and stuff, and then, like, you know, that's the way they enjoy it. And then, like, one thing I didn't know, which would have been good to know, and maybe it said something and I just didn't read it, is that you could just, you know, bail at any time, and it just saves, and then you don't have to worry about losing your stuff, so you don't have to sit here and, like, go through the level as hardcore as I'm going through it. It's like, it's a deliberately the game is evil, it must be destroyed at all costs. It makes people happy, whatever, cool. But it's an easy game that's supposed to be a chill, just sort of relaxed thing. So I get why people... it strikes me the same thing as like I said earlier, that it has like an ASMR sort of vibe to it. And I'm not a fan of ASMR. Like, no hate against it. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I enjoy popping bubbles, you know, bubble wrap. I heard somebody doing that today, and I wasn't involved, and it still kind of made me smile. Like, I didn't get to do it, but I heard it happening, and I'm like, there was a part of me that was just like, yay. I didn't pop any bubble wrap. I didn't even get to see it. I just knew it was happening because I could hear it. And that was enough for me. Like, just to know that it was happening was like, good, you know? And I was happy with that. It wasn't the sound of it. I didn't get the textile enjoyment of it. But I was happy anyway. Not to the same degree I would be if I had been popping it myself, obviously. But the fact that's my point. Is that I could vicariously enjoy that. Just knowing that it's being done. You know? And this is one of those few times I've ever found in gaming where, in all honesty, again, and I happen to have done this in real life, I would much rather do this in real life than this game. Because at least in real life, like, I'm gonna get paid. You know, there's gonna be some actual benefit to it. And yes, it's pretty cool to be like, I can do this button and it tells me where the dirt is. That's neat. You know, I gotta admit that's cool. But that just kind of means that I feel like PowerWash technology needs to be improved to the point where they have like little dirt sensors, you know, so that they can emulate that. Because I feel like if you want them to do a better job, you know. But, and again, this is all my opinion. I'm not saying people shouldn't enjoy this. If they enjoy it, let the people like what they want to like. This isn't hurting anything. I don't have to play this game. No one made me. But that doesn't mean that I don't have the ability to have my opinion and be, like, disappointed and annoyed at, you know, PSN Plus for being like, this is what they gave you. They gave you this, and, you know, you got two. And neither of them is something that I would want to do personally. And it's like, they don't have to cater to me, obviously, I'm not their only thing, but I just feel like if I were to put out the effort, a lot of people would be like, seriously? You guys suck this month. And my brain works in a way where it's like, well, isn't it in their best interest in December to try to basically produce trash? Minimal effort trash. And I'm not saying this game is trash. I don't think it is. I think it has value to the right people. I'm just not those people. And I can admit that, and I do. But it's in their best value monetarily to make to produce games or to make games free that won't exactly be popular. You know, because people will spend their gift cards or their you know, they'll buy games or whatever. Like, I can see how this could be appealing to some people. I just it's one of the first times I've ever been like I'd love to do a lot of things. I'd rather do it in real life than in games. Those are almost exclusively things I cannot do. I can't just go Skyrim and Fireball and all that shit. I can't Spider-Man and all that shit. You know, like, I'd love to, but I can't. You know, you can't just drop into a war zone. I mean, I don't actually I don't want to do that. I don't. The whole actual idea of being like war, murder stuff doesn't sound that fun. It just sounds like, nah, I'm good. But my point is, this just seems like a corporate choice of effective greed to be like, I mean, it just, like, somebody in some thing was like, but people will get mad. It's like, they get mad every month. What does it matter? What matters is if we make more money this month. Them being mad will not affect things. But it's just like, not everybody has money to get games and stuff. So, that sucks. Like, you know? And, you know, I wouldn't have tried this game without it. I know. But, this is just, you know, not fun for me. Like, not hating on people who think it's fun. I'm not. I'm just annoyed that, you know, I pay for a service, and that service will deliberately fuck up months, and consistently has gotten worse and worse, and then we'll be like, oh, we'll give you like one good month where there's a lot of good games, but mostly since the change has been that way, and I knew it was going to do that, and I said stuff, and there were people who disagreed, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see. And then the first 2 months were pretty good. And they're like, see? And it's just like, yeah, I'm never going to talk to you again because we're not exactly friends. We were just having this conversation somewhere over whatever. And it's like, no, I was right. I told you it wouldn't happen probably at first. And it didn't. Surprise, surprise. But did it happen? Yeah. And maybe this is a normal pattern for, you know, December. But the truth is, you know, the proof's in the pudding, and there has been less and less good games. And then they'll throw us a bone every so often. And, you know, I'm kind of glad that, you know, people get to play different games that they might not play. There's plenty that have popped out that even I may have liked the idea of. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on it. And ones that I didn't think I would enjoy or finish. And then there's ones that it's like, this was an acclaimed game. You know, this was like Game of the Year back in the day, and this is the remake. You know, people love this thing, and it's like, you're just a weirdo. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't enjoy Alan Wake. I didn't get very far into it. I got far enough, and I'm like, nah, the story would be the only thing keeping me going, and the gameplay isn't very fun. And that is, you know, I like gameplay. But, so what out there has not been clean? You know? And to me, that's sort of how I roll. I like gameplay. I've made it very clear. My preference of gameplay over That's the most important thing. Not music, not story, not graphics. To me, the most important thing is an enjoyable gameplay loop. Every now and then, I can get down for something that's not like that because the story is good, but it's almost never graphics. And that's just how I feel about things. So this is basically my review because I'm not gonna finish this. It's the closest thing it's gonna get to me giving it a review because I can't see myself playing it much further. And no hate on people who enjoy it. I get it. I think it's kind of cool that they gave it out for free so that people could try it. That's not my problem. My problem is that they gave it out on, like the gift giving, month and stuff. And it's only one of two options, and in my opinion, neither option is actually good. In general, for most players. This should have been given out on a time when they already had at least one good thing, and they didn't just give out two total games that, I know they're trying to obsolete the thing, and I get it, but, like, I get it from a business standpoint. It doesn't mean I have to agree with it, or like it, and I have every right to complain about it, because often, New Game Day is it's one of the better days for me, and it definitely was not this time. And now I'm over here looking for the last 2% of something, and it's like, no sir, I don't like it. And if you do, more power to you. You deserve to play and enjoy, and for all the people who got to do something that they wouldn't do and try something that they wouldn't do, cool. Cool. I want people to try new games. I like trying new games. But, in my opinion, it would be best to measure those things out. And make it so that when that happens, you don't just end up with people who feel cheated. Because to me, I feel like I recently re-upped my thing, and I feel cheated. Like, I feel like I should have waited, Maybe I should have waited. But I really don't see it getting any... I just see it getting worse, not better. Like, real talk. Like, I just don't see the service getting better. I see it getting worse with the intention of deliberately trying to get people to play more of the games. And that's what I saw was going to happen in the first place. And that's absolutely what did. So, or has so far. And so it's like, I don't like being right. And maybe I'm not right to everybody. Maybe this is just my opinion, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not impressed. Does not, like, this game was free, but the service is not. And I do not feel like my purchase has been particularly validated. So, that's just, I guess, what I'm trying to point out. Same thing with Stanley Parable, but again, maybe I missed the first half or majority of Stanley Parable, and I just didn't think it was fun. I went on and on and on about it. I was just like, man, I'm finishing this just because I'm trying to get some value out of it. I'm not going to do that with this one. So many games that just have been put out there that just aren't that great. And, they get a lot of buzz because some people like that, and that, they're more than welcome to enjoy that. I want people to play. I want more innovative games, and I'm glad that it wasn't originally even first like full price. But that also doesn't mean that when I get it for free on Game Pass that it should be paired with something better, so that for more standardness, so that people can enjoy it, you know? That when they don't play this game, they're going to be like, oh. And maybe this is also in consideration for people who paid and bought all these cool games coming out, like Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff and all that. Like, there's so many cool games that came out, and it's like, well, I ain't got money. People with money can just have this be in the backlog. They have money. I don't. Poor people should also be, you know, considered to some degree too. Like, there's a reason why these, to me, the free games aren't for the people who have money. They're not going to be playing the essential fucking version, are they? They have money. They're buying new games. So, oh god, I hope this is not going to be a thing that becomes an issue where it's like, yeah, 99%, you can't get that last percent though. Like, really? That's a problem with a lot of things. But that's my opinion. You know, some people seem to really like it. People that I follow on YouTube, and they're like, oh no, I like it. I didn't expect to do this as much. And again, I haven't upgraded my thing at all. I'm using the same basic thing because it seems to be the most effective. Being able to see dirt is good. And I'm just like tapping it and tapping it. It's like, but ultimately, this is boring as shit. Farming Simulator, Stanley Parable, this. It's like, and some people really enjoyed Farming Simulator. Good for you again. No, wait. Just, like, that one I didn't even bother to try. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing that made me think about this is a different version of it. Where instead of doing pressure washing and cleaning and fixing things, you use flamethrowers, like the opposite version, where you basically destroy things, you know, in a similar manner, like with fire, for reasons, not for good reasons, like your guy's just a villain or whatever. Let that be the case. Just be open to it and accept it. You know, and I just think that that would be fun. Like, you could have the same basic gameplay, only it's fire, and I would be much more enjoyed, you know? Like, a lot of the problems I'm having now would be like, nah, man, it's fire, though. Fire good. Instead, now I'm at 99%, and I'm stubbornly trying to get around and find what it is that I've missed. It's a stupid fucking chair. And that's not it. Underside of a chair. And it's just like, yeah, that's just my opinion on it. You know, one guy's opinion. But I feel gypped off this month because there's like, I'm glad that I had some extra change and shit on my account that I can use on something else. That I already bought something else, and I just haven't played it. And there's stuff I could still go back to, but and haven't finished from too long ago. But I don't know, I just feel like I shouldn't have to. That should always just be sitting there waiting for me whenever I want it. And I'm over here trying to get the last % on this stupid game. And it's like, that's really kind of lame. And it's like, when you're down to 99% cleaned, maybe give like a little indicator, like a, not just like, oh, you press the button, because I can keep pressing this button, but it's going to be like some tiny little thing that needs to be looked at. See, like, it's this corner, see, it's this corner right here. And that's still not it. I gotta sit here with eagle eyes, trying to see every every little thing. And that to me is just, this isn't fun. People can enjoy it, cool, good for them. But bad release time, and it just sort of proves the negative things that I had to say about the company and their plans. And I'm still at 99%. And that's like really lame. Thought I already did that, but okay, I guess I didn't. And you gotta get every little freaking thing. To get all the way inside this house, little birdhouse, I get everything inside of it. Did I get under the birdhouse? Nope. You get inside all the tires. This thing. It's just like, what am I missing? 99% clean. And like every little thing must be perfect. And it's just like, I just want it just to finish it, but because I'm at 99% and I probably have like a speck of grime somewhere that I didn't get, and I just kind of haphazardly jumped around. Now I have one little speck somewhere that I gotta keep tapping this button as I try to walk around, hoping it'll show up. See? And that still wasn't enough. That's under part of this there. And now I'm finally done. I gotta do... Oh, now that I'm down to that close of 99%, they'll show me. We gotta do the doghouse roof. Really? The part is not done about the doghouse roof, sir. Are you sure? Okay, I don't know what the fuck. Fence posts 2 and 3. See, this is like not enjoyable. It's just... Oh, see, there's a tiny... Look at that tiny bit of dirt over there. Did I get it?